Hi, I'm Robbi Valley. I'm an occupational therapist with the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services. Today we're going to be talking about picky eating, and we've called this Choosy Chompers. It's presented by PACE Early Intervention, which is a program of the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services, a human services levy-funded agency. We're going to start by talking about the 5 reasons kids refuse to eat. Today's information came from a website called yourkidstable.com. This website was developed by Alicia Grogan. She's an OT with Picky Eater Kids. She has great articles on both picky eating and sensory. Check it out for more information. Medical reasons are the first reason we're going to talk about for picky eating. 2 of the biggest medical reasons are acid reflux and constipation. Acid reflux is common in babies, but can also affect kids much older, even if they weren't diagnosed as an infant. Some symptoms can be bad breath, nausea and vomiting, problem or painful swallowing, breathing problems, wearing away of teeth, or frequent or persistent coughing or wheezing. Older kids may not let you know that their stomach is hurting. Sometimes they feel that way for so long it feels normal, or they can't talk to tell you, so you don't know that something's going on. If refusing to eat is more of a phase, you might want to consider teething, not feeling well, or fatigue. How have they been sleeping? Chronic illness or fatigue can lead to longer-term picky eating. Sensory is another reason some kids become picky eaters. If something feels gross in your child's mouth or hands, they aren't going to eat it. Or maybe it's the way it looks or it smells bad to them. Or maybe it's too loud when they're chewing. When they don't like certain textures in their mouth, or chew, lick, or bite everything else but food, that's a sign that it may be sensory. Other signs include gagging, squirming, or seemingly frightened by the sight, smell, touch, or taste of a particular food. If your child has a past history of medical testing, feeding tubes, severe vomiting, or a physical incident around their mouth or throat, even way back from when they were infants, they may be scared of anything coming towards their mouth. Some kids stuff their mouths because they can't feel how full their mouth is. They may refuse soft foods like mashed potatoes because they can't easily feel where it is in their mouth. Oral motor skills. How well is your child chewing and swallowing their food? If your child is 2.5 and easily transitioned onto table foods, this is probably not what is going on for your child. Signs it may be oral motor problems are that your child is spitting out half-chewed foods, throwing up foods that look like it's hardly been chewed at all, or choking or gagging after the food is already in their mouth a few seconds or minutes instead of right away. If your baby had trouble breastfeeding, this may also be a sign that there's oral motor problems. Kids with oral motor problems can be scared they're going to choke, and so they limit foods or may become sensitive to the textures due to past experiences. Routine is often an overlooked reason for picky eating. If you don't have a regular routine around meals and snacks, this may be causing some problems. Do you eat as a family at a table, have regular meal times, or do your kids graze between meals? Does your child wander around with food placed on a coffee table for him to graze on all day? Since kids naturally become pickier around the age of 2, parents get scared when their once good eater becomes picky and they throw structure and routine out the window. Suddenly, you find yourself becoming a short order cook or letting your kids graze throughout the day on foods they'll eat. This is normal, so don't blame yourself, but it is worth working towards putting routine and structure back into meal and snack times. Behavior is another possible reason for picky eating, but it should be the last thing you consider. Behavior plays a role, but it is a small percentage of kids that actually refuse to eat based solely on behavior. Behaviors typically evolve from one of the other reasons we've already talked about. So when a well-meaning family member says they're just being stubborn, just know that that's probably not the reason and consider other things.